Hey, what's up guys? It's Jordan and we are back again on another Wednesday for a brand new episode of Reality News, our place to talk about our favorite realities, virtual, augmented, and mixed reality. It's super exciting today guys because it is the last episode of the month. We have finally made it through a full month of episodes. I know it's a new series and I'm still getting the handle on it, but thank you guys so much for supporting and I really appreciate it. Before we get started though guys, if you could please do me a favor and leave a like on this video, and if you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe so that way you don't miss out on any of the new content that I do here on the channel. The love that you guys have shown me has been an absolute blessing. So yeah, with that, let's go ahead and jump into today's topics. Now, when we think about immersion in VR, some of the first things that usually come to mind is the fidelity of the graphics or even, new 3D audio techniques that people can apply in their games. But we actually saw a new take on this from some students at the University of Chicago who are attempting to take on the sensation of temperature in VR. In a video released by the students, they explained that the device they created sprays a small amount of an odorless chemical called capsaicin to trigger a warm sensation from your nose's trigeminal nerve. The process is repeated again with eucalyptol to trigger a cold sensation. They even went as far as to mix in the smell of burning fuel when they turn on a generator in the demo, increasing the illusion. Now, this is not a product that's for sale, but I have to say that it's definitely exciting to see, new innovations for complex tasks. A lot of what VR is about is kind of tricking your brain and tricking your senses into seeing something that's not actually there or feeling something that's not actually there. So seeing something created by these students that's within that same spirit is actually really cool. You're tricking your body or kind of like biohacking a way into making your body believe that it's either hot or cold. I'm really excited to see what this turns into in the future. A lot of students will take a product and in the future move to making it a real tangible thing that you can buy at stores. So we'll have to follow this one closely and see what happens. In our next story, Facebook actually gave us a peek into the future of their plans on what productivity could be like in mixed reality. Andrew Bosworth, the VP of AR and VR at Facebook, posted a video of someone using a prototype mixed reality headset, and they were using it in order to move around different windows, and they were even also able to type on a keyboard while being able to see it through the pass-through cameras on this device. Now again, this video isn't for a product that's about to come out or anything like that, but what's really cool about it is it does show you what Facebook's focus is. They don't want VR to just be something for gamers and for enthusiasts. They want it to be something that is moved toward the masses. And I think that once you're able to shrink this down and you're able to up the specs past, current cell phone specs and closer to laptop specs, this could be something that could actually compete and maybe even get rid of the laptop market altogether. And I know that may sound almost like a reach, but I see easily in 5 to 10 years as this technology gets perfected. I mean, what's going to be the purpose of using a laptop where you're limited to one screen when you could have something where you can have multiple screens as big as you want, you're still able to see the world around you, and also now you have a new level of privacy because not anybody can just walk by and see what's on your screen. So you have different levels of productivity, you have more flexibility and creativity with it. Also with something like this, because it's mixed reality pass-through, as these things get better, you'll be able to sit outside and have no issue with glare or the screen not being bright enough because you're going to be looking directly into the headset. So yeah, when I saw this, I definitely thought it was really cool and something worth sharing. What is your guys' opinion on this? Do you see this becoming the future, or do you think that it's only going to work alongside, maybe laptops and other computers? Let me know in the comments. Next, in a smaller quickie news story, Niantic recently announced that they're going to be bringing a beta feature to Pokemon Go called reality blending. And this is going to be a feature that's only available for a select number of Android phones, and it's supposed to come out in June. The feature will essentially add occlusion to Pokemon sprites within the game when you're using the AR mode of the app. This way, Pokemon sprites will be able to hide behind trees and other real-world objects, making it seem like they're actually present in the world. This feature is also going to be adding something for trainers who are level 40 and above. It's going to give them access to a feature they're calling Pokestop scanning. Essentially, players will have the option to upload pictures of places like Pokestops and gyms in the real world and upload those pictures to the game, thus making a 3D model or a 3D environment of that area in the game. So that way, when there's Pokemon and other things to encounter in that world, the Pokemon will actually have spatial and contextual awareness of their surroundings. The example that they give is, for instance, this awareness could help Snorlax find the best patch of grass to nap on, or give Clefairy a tree to hide behind. I think that is super awesome. I mean, just thinking about Pokemon knowing exactly where they are. Right now, I think they've gotten a little bit better at it when they're looking at a map, but if you were able to run into a grass type Pokemon specifically because you were in the grass, but then run into a ground type Pokemon because it realizes you're passing a patch of dirt, or a water type Pokemon because it knows you're standing next to a puddle or something like that, I think that could be really cool. Also, in the future, when it talks about the contextual awareness with having a 3D map, imagine you're battling your friend's Pokemon and the game's evolved, at that point, but your Pokemon knocks their Pokemon back and it flies off and hits a tree and drops to the ground. I think that would be awesome, especially if we weren't looking at it through our phones, if we were looking at it through, say, Apple's AR glasses or whatever crazy headsets we have by then. This could completely change what people think about when they think of Pokemon. No longer just the game that's on your Switch that's been getting progressively worse every year. Instead, Pokemon is the adventure that you go on when you step outside your house, and that makes me really excited. Now, our next story is coming to us via Qualcomm, who just made an announcement at the Augmented World Expo that they've partnered with 15 telecom companies from across the globe to release what they're calling 5G XR viewers that are supposed to be dropping in the next year or so. For those of you who don't know, XR just means AR and VR, and it's a simple way to say both of those terms together. But essentially, these headsets are supposed to be ones that are going to be connected to your phone, and they're going to help commercialize and push the release of 5G across the world. Now, some of you may take pause as these are headsets that won't be running off of PCs, instead they'll only be running off of cell phones, but the thing is, we've already seen massive popularity with the headsets like the Oculus Quest, which are running off of an older Snapdragon chip, so I'm pretty confident that Qualcomm will be able to knock something out with these new headsets being based off of not only the 855 and 865 chipset, but also that they're going to be 5G enabled, which means that they're going to have the opportunity to do some of that processing not only on the phone and the headset, but over, internet connection on some type of server. Plus, let's say that the experience isn't as good because it's running off of a cell phone that isn't solely determined to run AR and VR experiences. We do know that they haven't completely given up on dedicated headsets that have everything built in, as they just released in February their XR2 5G designs for their reference headsets for both AR and VR. So we know that they're working on a whole slate of different devices. They're not trying to put all their eggs in one basket, but honestly, I think this goes back to what I was saying before. This is really just a push to help promote and normalize 5G tech. I am curious to see how all of these different headsets do, and as they start to roll out over the next year, see what the type of pricing they have. I know something like the in-real glasses that they show are only going to cost around $500, so it's something that's going to be more available to the masses. And what we'll probably end up seeing is something kind of like the Microsoft mixed reality headsets, where Microsoft shoots out all of these different headsets, gives you a bunch of different options, and though they didn't make a huge ripple in the community, what it did do is, after a few months, provided a bunch of low-cost options for people who really could get a pretty decent mid-range and even closer to some high-end performance on some of the headsets for a really cheap and competitive price. So the more of these headsets that we have out there, the more the price is going to go down, but also the better the experiences will get, because more people will get their hands on it. These companies will learn as they go and as they develop more, and yeah, we'll just see a lot more innovation in the space. At least that's what I believe. But yeah, if you guys think something different about this story or any of the other ones that we covered today, please go ahead and let me know in the comments down below. With that though, that wraps up the video for today, guys. That's all the news stories I have for you. I really hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you did, again, leave a like or subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content. Yeah guys, again, that was our final video of the month. Hopefully, God willing, there are more videos to come next month and for years to come, because I know that I enjoy making them and I feel like I'm only getting better at it. But yeah guys, with that, have a great rest of your week. God bless you, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.